As hello, we are in special administrative region of China. We're in Hong Kong.
Yes.
Hong Kong.
Second time, actually.
Second time here in Hong Kong.
We're actually here for a very special reason.
So we're here in Hong Kong, a place that many people don't vlog about Hong Kong that much because when people do come here to vlog, I don't know why, they don't get as many views as they would do in mainland. But
I guess it's quite commercialized compared to mainland China.
It's different. It's different.
In the sense that obviously they've got a lot more tourists coming.
Got a lot more history as well.
No, but they got a lot more tourists, foreign tourists coming and vlogging, I guess, over the years. I guess China, where mainland China, where people now started going and vlogging quite a lot recently, but not so much until like 5-10 years ago.
No, it's true.
Whereas Hong Kong has always been quite busy with Westerners.
So we have left the mainland. We are here in Hong Kong now. We have left mainland China. We're here in Hong Kong, and we've come to check it out for a couple of weeks while we're here. And my gosh, second time here, but we've only ever really been here for a few hours. We've never stayed in Hong Kong ever.
Day trips.
Done a day trip.
Trips only.
But never actually stayed here. There's so many Westerners here, unlike mainland. It's crazy, like everywhere. Just at one point I thought, there's more Westerners here than there is some of the locals, I think, in places.
Maybe, yeah.
It's crazy.
It's very mixed.
It's very mixed. It's hugely mixed. There is big populations of different people. I met a Pakistani who is a born Hong Konger. And,
Pakistani barber.
He wasn't a barber himself, he was a customer, but he's a teacher.
Okay.
But he's an English teacher, and he was saying he's a Pakistani born Hong Konger, so he's got access to the UK passport because he was pre-97.
That's lucky.
And he's got access to mainland, and it's a strong passport, so pretty good. The Hong Kong,
not bad, yeah.
Hong Kong have got it pretty good, but they've got it pretty good. Their passport's pretty good. They earn a lot of money, but the value of Hong Kong is absolutely abominable.
I think when you come from, even from Shenzhen is obviously a bit pricier than some other cities in China.
Yeah.
But even coming from Shenzhen, obviously the difference is quite noticeable. Yeah, it's very noticeable. When you come from mainland China.
Hong Kong have done very well, and they've got an amazingly strong passport. It's amazingly well developed, but the value of it versus like the mainland it's just astronomical as a tourist.
It's very different,
for locals,
isn't it?
I guess it's expensive for them too, but if you're earning the local wages, maybe it's slightly better. But as a tourist, when you come here, you're quite amazed at the cost of certain things.
It's very similar to what you face when you go from Johor Bahru to Singapore.
Yes.
You just cross the border to Singapore.
Even Europe to London, England, London is well overpriced.
Yeah.
And it's quite a shock when you leave Europe and go into UK and go to London.
I mean, Europe is all a bit,
up and down.
Yeah.
True.
It's all quite pricey, I guess. It's less of a big difference.
How much?
For some place there is only, half-hour drive away, a bridge away.
But the view of things here in Hong Kong, don't get me wrong, Hong Kong's beautifully built up, it's incredible. But when you compare it to down the road in Shenzhen, it's amazing what Shenzhen has done for a fraction of the cost of what Hong Kong has done. Because things are expensive here doesn't mean it's any better. For example, I was looking at dishes and they were giving you tofu puffs instead of actual tofu and things like that, and so you're paying 10 times more and you think, I'm paying 10 times more, so the food must be better. No, the quality is not any better. In fact, sometimes it's just not even as good. But
I guess the cuisine is not rich in terms of vegetarian options, and it shows in everything, all the ingredients.
But the price, the price of things.
I know, I get it, but I'm saying in general, there's not that many.
It's the same in England though, the price of things, you understand, doesn't mean, only because you're paying more in London for food, doesn't mean you're going to get a better dish.
No. In fact,
that's
because
same here
what
in Hong
goes
Kong.
into the price here is different stuff, like we were reading about it, it's mostly prices are high in restaurants because of the rent being high. So it's actually got nothing to do with quality.
So, how does everything
very
cost so
loud.
much money in Hong Kong? Well, the reason everything costs so much in Hong Kong is because of the property. So who's making the money in Hong Kong? Why is the food so damn expensive when it's next to the mainland? And why is everything so expensive? Because of property. Property and rental prices here are astronomical. So who is making all the money? The fat cats at the top with the property is who's making the money. And you really feel that as a tourist. For example, our hotel we're staying in, we're paying about £40 a night, I would say, give or take. At the weekends, that doubles. That can go to a serious rate.
Yeah.
And check out the size of it. I mean, if you compare it to some of the mainland rooms we've stayed in, it's a box room. When we arrived, it was very, very mouldy. I hate to be slightly negative. I don't like to be negative on either, but I got to be honest, it was very mouldy. And
it actually got better.
It got better when we
stayed there for a couple of nights now.
When we opened the windows.
We opened the windows and put the fan.
Aircon on,
and it
let
got
it breathe.
A bit better.
Yeah.
But it is quite an old building, I believe.
It
and
is.
I think obviously, like the weather conditions here, I think they make do. That's quite a common issue, I think.
But the thing is, it's quite good value for £40.
It's quite good value.
People are probably laughing at us. What were you talking about? No. For Hong Kong, trust me, that's very good value. Because
you're saying a random price again, because I don't even think that's normally 40 quid that.
Oh, you think it's more?
Yeah.
Wow.
Let me
There we
Google
go.
best hostel.
So
because
Julia's going to have a look at the price right now. Because we got quite a good price. We've paid about £40 now. But Julia reckons we potentially pay more for that. And if you compare it to our apartment in Shenzhen, you know, you get an
look at the
apartment
prices.
for that.
These are the prices.
Or 2 apartments for that.
If you look on Google, these are the prices. $488.
Wow. That's about £45 a night, yeah.
That's almost 50 a night.
Wow.
So I would say that's the price. It's not even 40. Pat loves to say that anywhere we stay costs less than it does, but the cost is actually high.
Not true.
Yeah, which is quite a lot for the size of the room. But again, that's a common issue. Most hotels have the same issue. There's 10 meter square rooms for about 50 quid a night or 40 quid a night.
So
it's quite
for
a lot.
2 apartments you can rent in Shenzhen, 2 apartments you can rent, you get 1 box room here in Hong Kong. 1 box room, and it's not, you know, but Hong Kong has got that history. Hong Kong has built up that value, and now that is the cost of things here in Hong Kong. Look, we've got a Lockhart Road Market here.
You want to have a look?
I mean,
Might be air conditioned.
is it air conditioned? Doesn't look very air conditioned. Looks like fans.
I think it does.
Oh, you think it does?
Yeah.
You want to check it out?
I think one thing that surprises you about Hong Kong, everything is air conditioned. Like even the very old looking places, usually they have some sort of air conditioning system. I think you're surprised as well, being as a British person, because you don't get much aircon, do you?
Maybe. Let's have a look.
I actually don't know if this one is air conditioned.
This is
After all
certainly not air conditioned.
There's a lot of fans. Well, it does feel a bit cooler than it does outside.
Yeah, that might be the fans, I think, doing the word. Do you not think?
No. There's air conditioning. Feel it. There is.
So what do you
that's
reckon?
right.
What do you reckon of everything there? This is old school Hong Kong. Oh, it is air conditioned actually. All old markets here. The Lockhart Market here in Hong
This
Kong.
market has a few restaurants like on the second floor and stuff. You see, they had like a cooked food section.
Oh, did they?
Yeah. I feel a lot of the shops are actually closed now. I don't know if
Closed. It's late.
It's late, yeah.
Late.
It's quite cool to look at though.
Very historical, isn't it?
Yeah, I think everyone's packing up to leave at this point.
It's late in the day, isn't it? There is another floor actually, Julia.
Do you have floor up? Do you want to have a look?
So here we are. We're here for a couple of weeks. We come to check it out. This is the first time staying in Wan Chai. And it is quite a place. It's got a lot of history, and it obviously feels. Many people, I would say, my advice is if you come to Hong Kong, come to Hong Kong first before you go anywhere else.
Well, this is the eateries. This is restaurant section. We can show some prices in here. These would be like on the lower end. No?
The local.
Yeah, this is like a bit like Malaysian kopitiams, we said.
Right.
In fact, in Malaysia, when you even go to like Sarawak and stuff, you find a lot of these old buildings where they have, on the top floor, they have little cafes and restaurants, don't they?
Yeah.
Like very local places.
I kind of don't want to go in because,
Why?
because there's so many tables here.
Let's show these then, Pat.
There's about a million eyes here.
Pat. Why don't you show these then? This is some prices here. I guess this is set menus and stuff. Maybe sharing ones for groups.
698. Wow.
Yeah, but I guess it's a few dishes.
Yeah.
It's probably all these.
What's that? 330. What's that? 40 quid.
Yeah, but it's sharing, isn't it? You're probably sharing 5, 6.
480. So it's about 40 quid.
Depends on what you get.
And then I guess this is maybe some kind of seafood platter or something. I can't read Cantonese.
This is the usual kind of range of dishes, isn't it? You find quite commonly.
But all these people sitting down eating.
Yeah, it's busy now because it's getting to dinner time. But people after work come in to eat their meals. It's interesting though.
So, our friends that can read that, what do you reckon?
It's quite empty there, look.
Yeah, it's quite amazing. What do you reckon on the prices there? They are quite surprising, but you've got to remember that people here, they earn that salary. So for foreigners, seems like quite a lot, but it actually makes sense. It's a bit like London. Things in London are a little bit, high, but our wages in London are a little bit higher. So it kind of makes up for it. But saying that, London wages are pretty piss poor anyway, so it is expensive for us Londoners. What's really good about Hong Kong is there is a real eating out culture still. In London, we don't have an eating out culture. It's too expensive. In London, the culture is sell hardly anything, but sell it for a lot. Whereas in Hong Kong, it feels like some places still have that culture of sell a lot at a cheap price and keep the place busy, ticking over. It works, I guess, doesn't it?
Yeah,
We've been
it
to a
does.
couple of places like that. What about the cafeteria this morning? It was nice. Kai
That
Toast.
was really good. What was it called? Like Wamo or something?
It's a local name.
Yeah,
Local name.
That was a very good one. There are a few, this area is pretty good for those. There are a few very famous ones. The Nine Town being not as good as these ones. They are not that recommended online. They have very nice like bread sandwiches and all like breakfast stuff. They mainly do noodles for the locals and meat dishes, but we still find some things, which is good. They're well priced.
So if you're ever considering Hong Kong, one of the best areas to stay in, believe it or not, we've been around a few places here in Hong Kong, is actually Wan Chai here in Hong Kong. I think a lot of foreigners, they go to Hong Kong and they want to try and experience, the low budget side of Hong Kong. So they go to those really places like Chungking Mansion and stuff like that. Let me tell you, around there,
that is quite rough.
it is quite rough. It's the Chungking Mansion place is just like is where tourists like to go and show this kind of tough side of Hong Kong. But the truth is, not all of Hong Kong is like that. Hong Kong is very nice in a lot of places. You just got to go to places like Wan Chai and kind of get a better feel for it, and here I finally felt a little bit more like, I can kind of gel with this. I quite like it.
So, what's quite interesting here is even if you have a Chinese number and you come to Hong Kong, you can't really use like your normal data plan.
No.
You have to get some like extra, because obviously being a special region, it doesn't, your normal service is not included. So what I found out, which was quite surprising, was my Chinese phone provider actually charges about £3 a day for data.
£3
and it kind of
a day.
auto-renews, every day. If you want to use your data from a Chinese phone number in Hong Kong, you have to pay £3 per day.
£3 per day. But
Quite
you know,
pricey, isn't it?
it's very pricey, but thankfully we've been using Simify. Now Simify have allowed us to stay connected while we travel between mainland and other parts of Asia with Hong Kong at a very, very good rate. Much cheaper than £3 a day, right?
Yeah, much cheaper.
It's trusted by people across the globe, and I cannot recommend Simify enough. I've recommended it a few times in our videos, and it's always my top provider for eSIMs.
Definitely a good method to avoid more, kind of overpriced fees on your trip, because obviously it can be quite pricey in
Hong
here.
Kong
So
can
it's
add
a
up,
good
right?
it's a good way to save some money.
If you download the Simify app, you can try it out, and you can get a discount on your purchase using our code VeggiesOnTour, and give it a whirl on your next trip. It works super well. There we go. But that is how we're saving a little bit of money here in Hong Kong. But you can eat well. You can eat quite affordably, generally affordably for Hong Kong level. Cafeteria food, like the food we had earlier today. How much did that meal cost, just out of interest?
Which meal was it?
The
breakfast
toast,
one.
yeah. I mean, it
That
was
cost about 70 or 80.
80, I think
It's
it
about
was.
£7. Yeah,
Right.
which is pretty good.
About £7
For
quid.
2 coffees, we actually had 2 coffees, 1 egg sandwich, then you had a kaya toast, and then we also had a pineapple bun with butter.
Couldn't get that in London, could you?
No. So we actually got more than enough for breakfast, and it was only £7 with 2 drinks. Pretty good. Someone's dripping in.
So yes, for about £7, what's that? About 70 yuan. Yes, you could have a full meal on mainland for that. But here in the special administrative region, the price is a little bit different, and
there's obviously good deals around. Like they have all these cafeterias doing meals, especially for lunch. They do a lot of even late lunch. I think it's happened to 5 p.m.
Yeah,
They have good deals
there is a
on.
really good. It's really interesting because the cuisine is a little bit different, isn't it? There is much more of a kind of I don't know. There seems to be a lot more toast here and things like that.
Toast? More
Toast,
bread.
bread.
Yeah.
Bread. Do you know what I
don't
mean?
know if it's also internationally influenced though.
Might be.
So there's a lot of bakeries too. All sorts of bakeries.
True.
There's so much of it.
There is, yeah.
Yeah.
There is. It's it's quite interesting. You've got to watch yourself a little bit in Hong Kong. But saying that, what Hong Kong is also fantastic for is brands. Now everyone comes to Hong Kong, and if you come from the mainland, obviously you're going to be like, everything's quite expensive in comparison. But brands are actually cheaper here than in mainland, right?
That's an interesting fact about Hong Kong. You think everything is more expensive than mainland, but no. Actually, the international brands, especially Western brands, are cheaper here than in mainland China.
How much were the Birkenstocks here? So a pair of Birkenstocks in mainland China, they were going to charge about
I think the most
1100
basic was 1100
yuan,
in China.
which is about £110.
Yeah, just for the most basic model. Whereas here, you can find it for $800. Sorry, about
75 quid.
less than £80.
Yeah,
Less than £80.
Pretty
and there's
good.
also a lot of deals, like sales and stuff on.
Right.
You probably can't find in mainland China, unless you manage to find them online. But
that's because of
Don't know
a
about
tax thing, isn't it? On the mainland, there's taxes involved.
yeah, so it's tax free
So
for these international
So
brands.
my advice is if you're coming to China to eat, then you want to go to the mainland, but for better value. But if you're coming to shop,
For
then you
imported
want to come to the
stuff,
special
yeah.
administrative region of Hong Kong to do a little bit of shopping, because you can
Yeah.
get some very good deals. It's actually cheaper than London
You know
because
what
the
it's
tax.
good for? It's good for, I mean, obviously it's an international brand, but like Apple, like electronic stuff, like computers and phones.
iPhones are cheaper,
They're cheaper here than
they
anywhere
are.
else,
And
yeah.
before anyone says it, it's because they're locked to. They can't use eSIMs. Actually, they can use eSIMs
No,
now.
don't even say this anyway. Just don't worry about it. Just
Okay, don't
say.
worry about that. Let's not say that. Anyway,
But yeah,
I think
That's pretty
this
good.
gives you a rundown of Hong Kong. Interestingly enough, Hong Kong is very, very popular. It's very, very busy.
what about massage Pan? Pan likes to get massage here and there. Well, let's not say.
Oh, actually, let's not say that.
No, but let's say other stuff like obviously spas, massage.
Well, no, we're going to go for dinner
any-
anyway. I don't know if we'll film too much of it.
For what?
But we're going to go for dinner.
Okay.
I don't know if we'll film anything, but we're going to go for dinner in a minute. I don't know if it's raining here in Hong Kong
No,
or it's just the
dripping
buildings.
from buildings.
In Hong Kong, it doesn't rain. The buildings just drip water from time to time. It's quite interesting. But yeah, let's call it that. Let's go for some food. Let's see how we get on. We're here at Fleming Road here at the moment. I haven't filmed too much in front of us. But this
Where
is
are we?
Hong Kong.
Oh, we're still around. Where now?
Oh, there we go. That was dinner. That absolutely blew me away. That's really funny because there was me going, how much like more, how much. There was me saying it costs much more in Hong Kong than it does
And then we
in other
found
parts.
randomly. We didn't plan to go there. We kind of just found it on the way and stopped for it. And it was probably the cheapest meal we've had in Hong
And
Kong.
that was so good value. Okay, people will say that's not really a meal.
There wasn't a
It was
meal,
a light
yeah,
meal.
It was a full
It was a
meal.
light meal for two people, I would
I
say.
feel quite full to be fair. It's and it wasn't classic Hong Kong.
No,
Taiwanese food.
it was the Taiwanese style,
But-
which is another part
It was
of.
very nice. I do love some Taiwanese food.
Oh yeah,
I actually like all the food from Taiwanese regions, even like Xiamen.
yeah. Gosh.
It's within the same.
Julia
kind
is
of
a
area.
huge fan. When we were in Xiamen, Julia was so happy because they had colourful dumplings. Of course, people of Xiamen, the people of Taiwan, they're I believe we got told that they're from, they're a similar tribe, if I remember rightly,
Yeah.
or something. So the cuisine is the same and
I'm
whatnot.
a big fan of that sort of cuisine.
You love it, don't you? And it's quite good for vegetarians as well. That part of that
But
part
yeah,
of
we
China.
didn't even
So-
plan to go there, kind of.
No. But there we go. That was it. I mean, the price of food can be very, very good here in Hong Kong. You just got to be smart about it, but you can spend a lot of money.
You just have to know, like everywhere, I think you can work around it, you just got to know it a little.
Yeah, for sure. I agree. Once you start to understand Hong Kong, you can kind of understand how things work. Of course, Hong Kong, it has some of the cheapest and best value meat dishes I've seen. Like some of the meat dishes are very good value.
Yeah.
They're as cheap as the vegetarian dishes, which is
Like in
bizarre.
the cafeterias, but also there's a lot of like take-away places as well. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure where you get some sort of like street food, like like the buns with
True.
Pork chop and all those, or like you get some like little like bento kind of boxes with the pork chops and rice and stuff.
I like this. This is very cool. People come here to play sports right in the middle of the city.
Cute.
So, that is a dinner here in Hong Kong. That's how me and Julia eat. We also got to see some of the house prices. Gosh, they're astronomical, aren't they? They're crazy. But that is Hong Kong. The reason Hong Kong is so expensive is because of the property, because of the space. There is very little space here in Hong Kong. And so
There's a lot of people.
a lot of people, very little space, and so as a result, things are so expensive property-wise.
Reminds me of something. Some other place.
Oh, London, yeah. As a Londoner, I get it, I understand. London is like that too. But London has space, they just don't want to build anything in London. I don't really understand why we're hopeless. At least in Hong Kong, they actually built stuff, and it's far better
true.
better than where I'm from.
Yeah.
Hong Kong, I meet people from England in Hong Kong or Westerners in Hong Kong, and they just find it so much better than than the West and in the UK, and I don't blame them. You know, I agree. You know, Hong Kong is far better. I'm sure some locals.
I think there's better opportunities potentially.
I'm sure some locals might say different. They might say, oh, you know, Hong Kong's really hard for us and things like that. And I get it. I do. Same with us Londoners. But I think the Hong Kongers are probably a little bit happier than some of the Londoners are. I think. I don't know. It's a lot safer here for sure. Anyway, no crime, no nothing. You can walk around the streets. It's very safe. Just want to loop back in with the eSIM and say that if you want to save a little bit of money here in Hong Kong and you don't want to be spending £3 a day.
Or anywhere you're travelling to.
Yeah.
Not just in Hong Kong, you can use it.
And if you don't want to spend £3 a day here in Hong Kong, or you want to have something that covers your whole trip.
Like with your Western SIM cards.
True. Then give Simify a try. You can check out our code, which is Veggies on Tour, to get a discount on your purchase. And we're going to leave you at that. Thank you, Hong Kong, for having us. What an amazing time we've had in Hong Kong. Hong Kong, we feel, is a little bit misunderstood in the world because people think it's super expensive and whatnot. And yes, it is expensive in places. But if you come here for shopping, if you come here and
they have their fair share of deals.
Nowhere to look, you can get very good deals indeed. And of course, Hong Kong is one of the most expensive places in the world, but in fact, I think it's cheaper than London in many places in some respects.
Even though a lot of Europe.
Yeah, for sure. So, I'm going to leave it at that.
Even our hotel, you can't find that in Europe.
You'd never find that in London. People always say,
London, just anywhere in Europe. I mean, in Italy, imagine finding something about for 40 or 50 in
for
Italy.
For a place where the property is more expensive than London, the hotels are cheaper.
It's better value.
It's better value, right? Mate, London sucks, man. What the fuck are we doing? I don't know. Anyway, London is another story. I'll leave it at that. Well done, Hong Kong. We'll leave it at that. All right. Cool.
Well done, Hong Kong.